Times have changed, and so must parenting. They say that across the world, we have everything right from manufacturing a pin to manufacturing a plane. But when it comes to parenting, there is no formal degree. Now, and there are a lot of experiments which are being done, right? Now, there is nothing wrong with experimentation when you talk about parenting. However, what I feel is that sometimes when you know that there are certain ways, there are certain methods, there are certain techniques uh, that really support in a child's growth, we must adopt that as parents. My name is Kamalneet Singh. I'm a mindset coach, a TEDx speaker, and an author of an upcoming book, The Extraordinary Kids. And I welcome each one of you to yet another episode of Success Principles by Successful Principles, a parenting project. Now, the reason we run this initiative is that parenting is one relationship that we all cherish as parents. And every parent wants that our kids should become really successful and good human beings. Sometimes, unconsciously, unintentionally, we end up making some mistakes that can damage our child's self-esteem, maybe their self-confidence. And, the damages can be irreparable at times. So, what we do on this series is that we get the best of the minds across the world, the best of the educators across the world who come forward and share their experiences that they have gathered over the decades that helps us, that helps you as parents in raising your kids in a best possible way. And on this show, we have a very, very, very special guest. So all the parents out there, one of to get, I know that you want to get the best out of it. And I would recommend that you might want to make some notes or have a pen and a paper so that you get the best out of the show. So who do we have on the show? We have with us a very, very, very dynamic educator with us today. We have Dr. Pratibha Kohli, who is the principal of Maharaja Agrasen Model School, CD Block, Pitampura, New Delhi. Now, she's somebody who's a MSc in chemistry, a PhD in education, and holds 30 years, 3 decades of experience in the field of education. She has worked with schools in India and Oman. Now, a recipient of various awards, she's somebody who received CBSE Teachers Award in 2018-19, conferred by CBSE. She's also the recipient of National Award for Innovative Practices and Experiments in Education by the Department of Teacher Education. She's also a recipient of State Teachers Award 2015, conferred by the Department of Education, Government of NCT Delhi. She's a certified Microsoft Innovative Educator, fellow and expert. She's somebody who believes that holistic development is the way through which our kids will grow into good human beings and successful ones. Now, she's also a resource person for capacity building programs for CBSE, and she takes up various modules, right from experiential learning to life skills to gender sensitization, stress management, happy classrooms, value education, and the list is endless. She has been on the forefront of making changes and is somebody who was honored by Lions Club, Rotary Club, and Cyber Learning for her outstanding leadership in the field of education. She's conducted numerous workshops on responsible parenting, mentoring senior secondary students, and teacher training workshops. She strongly believes in issues related to environment and feels that everyone deserves a clean and green environment. She's a very, very strong advocate of United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and her work has made a tremendous difference in the field of education. Madam, it is indeed an honor and a pleasure for us to have you on the show. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kamalneet, for a very generous introduction. And I'm truly humbled by all the words you've said for me. Thank you.
Indeed, a pleasure. That's pretty much well deserving for all the work that you have done. And I was talking about parenting, and that's what this show is all about. You carry with yourself 30 years of experience, 3 decades, pretty long time, and you have met parents from all walks of life. You have seen different situations, different types of kids, engaging in different situations, and you have seen it all. Now, in my profession, I've had the privilege to meet parents as well, teachers and kids, and you and I, we come across something which is very common, that parents, they eventually end up asking us that. Uh, I want my kids to be successful. And what can happen, what can be done so that they become successful when they really go into the real world. Now, I want to take your, your ideas and your inputs on the same. What is your personal idea? What do you think? What is it that makes a child successful, in the real world?
Yeah. So let it be for child or for any person, I think the first and foremost thing is to be clear about your goals. You should be focused. Everybody has dreams, but what is important is your focus towards your dreams. Your focus towards your goals is very important. And how do you get the focus? You get the focus when you are self-disciplined. So lots of us dream about, growing big or becoming a cricketer or becoming a film star. But again, it's great to have dreams. Dreams are important. But what is more important is that you have a self-discipline towards your goals. And of course, you realize the value of time. Time is the most important resource. So I would sum it up as being focused towards your goal and having this self-discipline that you are utilizing your time to the best of your abilities to meet your dreams, to achieve your goals. These, I think, are the key points for success in anybody's life, be it a child, be it an adult, anyone needs this in life.
Great. Thank you. These are brilliant inputs. And, all the parents watching out there, the point to take home is that for you, Madam also spoke about not just kids, but also about you as viewers. If you really want, anybody who's watching this, if you really want to be successful, and I'm considering that, yes, you're also considering your kids in the whole conversation, having goals is the key. Having goals is the key that will open a lot of doors, and utilizing time. And because you did mention that time is the the most precious resource. हम सुनते हैं time के बारे में, and कई बार यहाँ से सुन के यहाँ से निकाल देते हैं. But then it's time that we give a very sincere thought to the fact that time is our most precious commodity, and anybody who wants to be successful needs to have goals and needs to have the utilization of time in place. मुझे ना एक conversation याद आ गई. I was attending a certain seminar, and the speaker ended up asking that how many of you have goals. And so we were sitting there, and I raised my hand. There were other people who raised their hands too, and some of them did not raise their hands. And the speaker laughingly said कि जिसके गोल नहीं है ना, वो इस training hall से गोल हो जाए. So we all started laughing. But anyways, all the parents out there, the key message is that ask your kids that do they have goals, and if they do have goals, what is it that they are? What is their idea of achieving them, and how are they utilizing their time to move towards those goals? So thank you for bringing that up. And now, what I also want to ask you is that you had a tremendous journey. We've had conversations before, and you had a beautiful journey, and you started and you grew. You moved up the ladder, and you worked in India and abroad, and it's not easy. Let me be honest and in saying this, that not everybody makes it to the top. That's true. But what is your secret? What is your mantra? What helped you? What are some principles that helped you in becoming successful?
Mr. Kamalneet, there is only one principle.
All right.
And that is, let your passion be your profession.
Wow. Let your passion be your profession.
Absolutely. So, it's about, you must realize what you are passionate about. I'm very passionate about education. I'm very passionate about teaching kids. And I really get a lot of empowerment myself when I am interacting with children. So interacting with children empowers me, and I feel that, my passion helps me move ahead. So I would request everyone, every student, every parent again who is watching, let your passion be your profession, and you will always meet success. So
yeah.
Absolutely, be sure about what you want to do, be passionate about it, and there is no way you will not succeed. You will get success if you work towards your passion.
So the golden words, all the parents out there, the golden words are, let your passion be your profession. Now, मुझे पता बहुत सारे पेरेंट्स ये देख रहे होंगे जो ये सोच रहे होंगे, that we as parents, हमने शायद अपने प्रोफेशन, अपने पैशन को अपना प्रोफेशन नहीं बनाया. Now, I know that it has not happened for you, but as I said in the beginning, that times have changed, and today kids are much more aware. And kahin na kahin, we as parents, I'm talking to you, all the parents out there. ये वाली बात नहीं होनी चाहिए कि मैंने तो अपने पैशन को अपना प्रोफेशन नहीं बनाया, तो तुम भी नहीं बनाओगे, तुम भी वही करोगे जो मैं बोलूंगा. So I think we'll have to probably set that aside and allow our kids to follow their profession and see them blooming into a profession that will take care of them and that will also make them happy. So madam, I see that you're very, very passionate, and you said that you like teaching, you love teaching. No wonder you have moved up the ladder. I have something something on similar lines to ask you. A lot of times, a lot of parents, they say that that I have heard that so and so, our neighbors, the neighbor's son or the neighbor's daughter is doing so and so. She's an engineer, or she's a chartered accountant, or he's he's working in, let's say, in biotechnology, or he's in XYZ profession. तो बेटा आप भी वही कर लो, उसमें ना बहुत अच्छा scope है, right? And I know that when a parent says this, the intention is brilliant, and उसमें बहुत ज़्यादा commitment होती है अपने बच्चे के लिए कि कि हमारा बच्चा ये कर ले और ये कर ले, so he becomes successful. What would you say to that? Because I'm very intrigued by the fact that when you said passion को profession में बनाओ, so what would you say to what would be a message for those parents? How should they look at things?
Yeah. So I tell those parents that each student is unique.
Yes.
No two persons are alike. Yeah. And one should not compare one student with another student, one individual with another individual. Right. So everyone has some innate potential. Everyone has some capabilities. So we need to look for those capabilities, and we need to work on those capabilities and potentials. So I get lots of parents in school who, of course, say that my son is not too good in maths. I said, fine. I'm also not good in football. It's fine. So, nobody can be good at everything. Let's be honest. So whatever is your child's potential, let him or her work towards that potential. But no two individuals are alike on this earth. This is how God has made all of us. And hence, respect diversity and build on your individuality. That is my message to students and parents.
I loved it, what you said. And I'm taking it, I'm borrowing it from you. Okay. Respect. So you said, respect diversity. And I missed on that. Respect diversity.
And nurture individuality.
Okay, that's a brilliant mantra. I think right after the show, मैं इसका note लिखने वाला हूँ, right? Respect diversity and nurture individuality.
Yes.
Now, all the parents, अगर हम इस message को ध्यान से, if we let it really sink in, and then we look at our child and we see that, yes, I think I really need to nurture their individuality, and I should not be comparing with them, with the neighbors on my left or the neighbors on my right. I think that will be a good encouragement for your child, because कई बारी बच्चों से बात करूँ ना तो वो कहते हैं, mom, dad हमेशा हमें compare करते रहते हैं, and I like your example that I'm not good at football, so there are so many things that I'm not good at.
Yes,
yeah.
Absolutely.
So building on the strength is what you are recommending, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Building on your strength.
Yes, absolutely.
Got that. Now, since we're talking to parents and we're also giving some suggestions as to what can be done, why don't you expand on your top 3 ideas on parenting? What would be your top 3 suggestions to all the parents out there?
Yeah. So that's a wonderful question. we deal with children day in and day out. So principals and teachers deal with students, children day in and day out. And, I see that parents have common issues. Of course, parents are very genuine in the fact that they want the child to excel. It's a natural human feeling that I would like my child to excel. But again, what steps one should take so that our children excel in life? The first thing I believe is, all of you must have heard the saying, give the child a cooked fish and he can eat for a day. But if you teach him how to fish, he can, cook for life, or he's prepared for life. So let children do things on their own. We've seen parents helping with homework, helping with classwork, helping with football, even dropping child to the neighbor's house. Let children do things on their own. Only then they will be enjoying the true learning. So let children take up small things on their own, and slowly they will enjoy, building up on their experience. And my second message to the parents is, please let the child live his or her dreams. Please don't live your dreams through your child. For example, I would say again, I would love to be a footballer. I am so amazed to see Wimbledon. I'm so amazed to see football matches. But that does not mean that I ask my children, you start playing lawn tennis or you start playing football. So I should not allow my children to live my dreams. They have their own dreams. They have their own potentials. They have their own passion. Encourage that. Don't encourage your dreams or your passions through your child. And my third message to each parent is, that's the most important message. Communication with your child is the key. Please talk to your children daily. Some parents are too busy, and those parents may not have enough time to speak to children on a daily basis. Please talk to your children. Please listen to them, and please maintain a two-way communication with your child. That's very important for a healthy parent-child relationship.
Fantastic. So three golden nuggets coming out, and all the parents out there, आपको लगा होगा कि आपको डांट पड़ रही है, लेकिन डांट नहीं पड़ी है. I think this has come from her heart, and I can sense that. Because we see it all the time, all around us, that this is happening. So one of the things that you did say was, for all the parents out there, if you give your child a fish, he'll have a good meal for a day. And by the way, उसको Indianize कर देते हैं. अगर आप उसको पनीर टिक्का दे दोगे, so he'll have a good time if he's a vegetarian, right? While fish is a generic example. But if you teach him how to fish, right, or if you actually teach him how to convert milk into paneer, right, you have made him kind of independent. And I think that's the key. That's the key. Second thing you did mention was, I was moved by what you said. Do not pass on your unfulfilled dreams to your own kids. And that's so powerful. It reminds me of a conversation that I had with a gentleman who runs a small hospital. And he said that, I want my son to be a doctor, but he's not too keen. And I asked him that, why do you want him to be a doctor? And he said, I have this small hospital. After me, who will run this hospital? And, I remember what I said to him, and he was not very happy with what I said. I said that, with your dream of, willingness that your son runs your hospital, in that process of running the hospital, you might end up ruining his dreams.
Absolutely.
And I think you said this, and that reminded me of that conversation. So all the parents out there, it's a humble appeal. Dive into the interest, dive into the passions, dive into the the key areas that your child wants to get into, and let them build their profession basis what they prefer to. And third you spoke about communication. Is a two-way road. One side se baat nahi banegi. So all the parents out there, spend some time. I know that you're busy. Everybody is busy, and some of you are watching it while you are in North India, while you are in South India. There is a city called Delhi that we are having a conversation in. हमारे यहाँ पे भी ना 24 घंटे होते हैं. We got 24 hours. I don't know where you are watching this, but then it's just on a very lighter note. I'm just joking. You all got 24 hours. If you can give, 14 hours means 1440 minutes. And if you can give 1% of that, which is 14 minutes, 40 seconds, round it up to about 15 minutes. If you can give qualitative 15 minutes to your child, I think the relationship will make a difference. Madam, what do you think? कोई ऐसा पेरेंट तो नहीं होना चाहिए ना जो ये बोलेगा कि मेरे पास 1% of the day नहीं है.
I must congratulate you for your mathematical calculations first.
Thank you.
So I think, parents must understand that your child is an individual who needs your investment in terms of time. If he gets your time, then he's got the world.
That's a very beautiful message. Your child, madam, आप कुछ ऐसी lines बोल रहे हो. I'm having this feeling कि मुझे लिख लेनी चाहिए, right? But very beautifully put. Your child needs your investment in the form of time. That's a beautiful message out there. Maybe your child doesn't need all the money. It might not, I don't know. But then before all of that, he needs your real investment. That's your time. And I think agar parents ne aaj yahi message le liya yahan se, if they really take this one home, madam, today, I think it will make a huge difference. It will make a huge difference. So I think great messages coming in. Now, I also want to talk about something which is, and I cannot really afford to not talk about this, because reality is reality. And one of the realities is about the growing competition. The world is changing at a very fast pace. Technology is changing at a very fast pace. Nobody would have imagined, about 2 years back, 1.5 years back, that we would be, studying online. Things would be happening online. Robotics, there are robotics, AI, machine learning. There is so much which is happening, and we cannot shy away from the fact that the competition to badega hi badega aane wale time. It's going to grow up. It's going to grow, and it's going to increase. So हमारे जो बच्चे हैं, what is it that they can learn? What skills should they learn at an early age? While they are in the school, while they are, maximum they are 18. What skills can they learn at an early age that will help them stand out when they go out in the real world? Because जाना तो है ही real world में.
बिल्कुल. और Mr. Kamalneet, the way technology is changing our lives. When we buy a technological device, within a few months, we know that the device is outdated.
True.
Okay. So what is my message here to parents, to students, is learning how to learn. So, I often talk about this to my teachers. Then don't, give ready-made answers to the students. Make students learn how to learn. So in words of Alvin Toffler, we are living in times where we need to unlearn, learn, and relearn all the time. So it's important that we make children understand things on their own, help them take up work on their own, so that in the process of growing up, they are also skilling up. So they also learn lots of things, and they learn how to manage, how to learn a new technology, a new device, a new methodology, a new art. They should be ready to unlearn, learn, and relearn.
That's a very important message. I was smiling listening to when you said, learning how to learn. I think that's I think one thing that we kind of miss away. We kind of miss it. And I remember, I'm also a learner, and I feel that learning is an ongoing process. And I was attending a webinar on assimilating information, and there was something around mind maps which was on similar lines, learning how to learn. Because पहले पहले पानी के floods आया करते थे, आजकल information के floods हैं. We are flooded with information. And if you really have to learn, it's important you really manage. You should learn how to learn. So I was learning that as to how do you pick up information and condense it in such a way कि आपके पास जितना information आया आपने उसमें से key messages निकाल लिए. Now all the parents out here, आप पूरा episode देख रहे हो, right? It's also a task for you to get the messages from here and then put it into implementation. So that's that, learning how to learn. And I think in times to come, if kids don't kind of pick up learning how they learn how to learn, वो कहीं ना कहीं मुझे लगता है वो gap आ सकता है, because the information load is only increasing by the time. And anything else in terms of any opinion on the soft skills kind of on that side?
Oh yes. So you're talking about soft skills, isn't it? Yeah.
Correct.
So it's very important that we nurture soft skills right from school. So I take sessions and where I tell my audience that there are hard skills and there are soft skills. So to enter into the job, you need hard skills. You need to be an MTech, or you need to be an MBA, or you need to be MBBS, and you need some qualifications which are your hard skills. So your hard skills will help you get into the job. But if you want to remain in the job, then it's your soft skills that are going to matter. How you communicate with your colleagues, how you communicate with your boss, all that, you learn when you are navigating your path in your career, and you will need soft skills every time, not only in your job, with your family, with your friends, with your relatives. Every time you're going to need soft skills. So soft skills or life skills are basically thinking skills, social skills, and emotional skills. But that's another topic, I think, which we can discuss some other day about what are life skills and how do we inculcate life skills.
Sure. So, but you gave a very distinct answer wherein you said, while a hard skill helps you get into a certain profession, but it's the soft skill which is going to help you, grow in that profession. So entry ho jayegi, but uske baad soft skills will be required to move ahead. And then you spoke about life skills. Maybe life skills is a very, very, it's a gigantic topic in itself, and very, very crucial. So we might take that up in maybe in another conversation. But all the parents out there, you'll have to keep that in mind. Hard skills, soft skills, life skills, a combination of that is something that will kind of make a difference. Now, your school is known for all the great work that is being done under your leadership. The school has earned a lot of laurels and accolades, a lot of name in the market for all the good reasons. Now, thoda sa sneak peek agar mile that what are some activities, what are some initiatives that the school is taking for the holistic development of the kids?
Yeah. Thanks for the question. Now, what is important that schools should follow active learning. So active learning means you keep the learning process student-centered. You don't keep the learning process teacher-centered. You don't keep the learning process syllabus-centered. So what happens is, in several schools, the teaching learning is syllabus-centered. Have you completed the syllabus? How much time is there to complete the syllabus, ma'am? Questions. And my answer is, has the student understood? How much time more will the student take to understand the concept? So don't keep your teaching syllabus centered. Once it is student centered, once it is active learning, automatically all work is done. Now, again, active learning is a separate style of teaching learning. And that's again in itself, a big topic, which we can later talk about. And of course, schools should impart experiential learning. So I'm giving a very small example that if a child wants to learn how to ride a bicycle, you can give him 100 lessons on how to ride a bicycle. But unless that child actually rides a bicycle, he wouldn't know how to, ride a cycle. So my point is, as much as possible, schools need to focus on experiential learning rather than learning from the textbooks. So I always tell my teachers, the textbook, let the textbook not be your master. Let the textbook be your slave. So you get a base from the textbook, and you need to move beyond the textbook. And you need to see how much of the textbook can you convert into experiential learning. If you're teaching about germination of seeds, keep the textbook away. Tell the children to bring seeds. Tell them to sow seeds in the school. So if you're teaching about photosynthesis, show them a plant. And if the plant does not get sunlight, what would happen? So keep the textbook aside, give them lots of experiences, and the children will blossom when they will understand all concepts themselves through experiential learning.
I love the way you give messages and the examples that you give. And I'm borrowing something from you, and I'll put it to the parents so that they can exactly pick what you said. When you say that, when a teacher says that, how much time do I have to complete the syllabus? And I think all the parents out there, I know, and आप देखो deny नहीं कर सकते हो. I know that you say that, कि कितने chapters हो गए हैं, कितना syllabus हो गया है, कितने number आएंगे, कितनी तैयारी है. And I think we have a very seasoned educator telling us right here that instead of we depending on a certain text, yes, it is important, but what is the outcome of the whole process? That's more important. So जहाँ पे हम teachers की बात करें, that it should be instead of syllabus centric, it should be student centric. All the parents out there, I'm making an appeal right here that your parenting, instead of being content centric or marks centric, it has to be your child centric, wherein you see that how what is it that the child is learning on the ground level. And madam spoke about experiential learning, wherein you gave an example of photosynthesis and you spoke about germination of seeds. All the parents out there, देखो आप में से कोई भी बहाना नहीं दे सकता. You can actually help them see this, learn this right at your home, right? And this is something that we all can do. So jokes apart, but then the goal is that we as parents, we should also focus on experiential learning instead of only text based learning.
Absolutely.
Very very powerful message, madam. And parents सोच रहे होंगे कि ये burden थोड़ा सा हमारे ऊपर भी आ गया है. But then you are parents, you definitely have responsibility. And eventually when your child becomes successful, I can promise you one thing, I can give you a guarantee of one thing. उस टाइम पे सबसे ज्यादा खुशी आप ही को होगी as a parent, isn't it? So I think it's time that we put in some effort and we raise our kids consciously. Madam, what would be a message that you would want to, assuming that there are a lot of kids also watching this, what would be a message that you would want to give to all the kids out there, to all the students out there, because they are not really able to move out, they're not really able to meet their friends physically, they're not really able to sit with them, chit chat, stand in a canteen and gappe nahi maar pa rahe hain ek dusre se milke. And what's your message for them?
Yeah. So, dear students, change is the law of nature. So, due to pandemic, the style of teaching learning has changed. And we need to take every change in life positively, because every change is going to teach us something. So you are using technology, and if it were not for the lockdown times, probably you would not have explored technology as such, isn't it? So I will say that every dark cloud has a silver lining. So you're using lots of technology and you're becoming experts in technology. And you know what? This age is called as the age of IT, or the age of information technology. I think we must say, thank God we've got computers. Otherwise, what would have we done during lockdown? So think like
Imagine.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it? So think in those terms and think technology as a blessing, and make the maximum use of the opportunities that you get. And if you don't mind, my one message to parents, students, to teachers, to everyone is, in the school, the parents, teachers, students, they are all in one team. We are not in different teams. So we are all together. When we understand that we are all together and we have a common goal, then you will always get success, isn't it? So if parents feel that my message is a little more stronger, then I will say that parents, teachers, students, we are all together, we are all one team.
That's a lovely message. It's one team that we are playing for, and I've heard this quote, which says that teamwork makes the dream work. So
Yes.
all the parents out there, all the students out there, all the teachers out there, we are a team, and I think we are playing in one team, and we are playing for one common goal, which is to help you become successful, which is to help you become, all the students out there, to help you become great human beings, and to help you achieve all the dreams that you saw for yourself one fine day. And that's what is one of the objectives of the series, that when parents, they see their kids becoming successful and good human beings, I think it fills their heart with happiness. And if that happens, we'll be very happy. And great. So all the parents out there now, they say that knowledge is great, uh, action is the key. While knowledge is great, but action is the key. So based on what you picked up today, we would be very happy that you take up some actions, you make a difference in your life and in the life of your own kids, and make parenting a beautiful journey. Remember, all the fathers out there, every father is a superman, and every mother a superwoman. And conscious parenting is your true superpower. Thank you, all the parents out there. Madam, really, really thank you for taking out your time from your busy schedule. I know that you run a very busy schedule, and sharing such lovely inputs. And I know that parents will get benefited from this, and will be very happy to see you making changes in your homes, in your parenting. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you once again, all the parents. We look forward to seeing you in yet another episode. Do subscribe, and for more learning and more ideas on parenting. And I'm going to see you very soon in the next episode. Till then, thank you very much.